Hello everybody, welcome to the last word here on Newcastle Fans TV. Yes, I'm in enemy territory. Yes, I'm doing a video in front of the Arsenal fans, but you know what, I'm proud of my team tonight. This is the last word, everybody. Yes, hello everyone, welcome to the last word. So the Emirates is just up behind there, and I've come a little bit away because there's still a little bit of commotion going on to do the last word here. And yeah, Newcastle have come away with a fantastic point. This is the last word. You know what we do here? This is the end of the summary. This is the last video of the night. So as ever, we will begin with the lineups in a second. We'll talk a little bit about the game, the fans. We'll hear from Eddie Howe. Woo, wind. Been mild. I'll need until that bit there. Apologies with that. And I will take a look at the league table. So let's begin with the lineup. So there was one change from Eddie Howe's lineup, which was a disappointing 0-0 draw against Leeds. And it was Callum Wilson, which I predicted that. Thought that would happen. Chris would drop the bench. But I also thought that saint-maximin would come in and actually start on the win. He didn't. It was Joelinton. I have expressed I'm not too massively keen on Joelinton there. But I just want to say Joelinton's distribution and tackling really helped us to keep a clean sheet tonight. So, you know, I'll put my hands up where I'm wrong because he was absolutely brilliant. But I would have said go over saint-maximin. But, however, going into the first half then, so Arsenal obviously got to look at their lineup. You obviously got threats, you know, you've got Odegaard, you've got Saka, you've got Martinelli. Jesus is injured at the minute, so Nick Nketiah, but they've got a lot of pace, they've got a lot of directness, they like to get the ball out wide. And of course that was happening, in particular the first 10 minutes or so. Newcastle were under the cosh, Dan Burn was getting ripped apart, let's face it. I think Dan Burn at times tonight had a difficult spell against Saka. But as the game grew on, not just him and the rest of the team, we grew more and more in confidence as we kept the game going on. After the first initial 10 to 15 minutes, we did start to grow in the game so much more. Yes, you're going to look at it and think, there wasn't too many chances involved. Arsenal fans will say, well, you came here and you've nicked the point, you know what I mean? You haven't really tested the goalkeeper. No, we haven't. I think it's only 1 or 2 shots on target. Really, I can't think off the top of your head where did we actually go close during that game. There was a header that just went wide, very similar to Gabriel's chance in the first half. But I'm struggling off the top of my head to think where the chances came from. Look, we're coming here, and I said it on the mini match reaction, that it's a mini statement that Newcastle came and not got beat tonight. So that tells me that Newcastle can come to these places and get a result. And down the years, we've been beaten 1-0, 2-0, we've been beat 4-0. I remember that night. Painful. It always seems to be a nighttime game. I wish that the wind would clear off. I am standing behind a curtain. So anyways, the chances then. Not many, as I say. The atmosphere with the fans were a little bit flat. I don't think it's the greatest away singing voice. I'm guilty of that as well. I'm part of that as well. I'm one of them. But I don't think the fans were in full voice what they could have been. Of course, that's different if we score. As the game went on, Arsenal were loud at the beginning, and then they went quiet and quiet as the game went on. There was a little bit of banter between the two sets of fans about VAR because Arsenal were rolling around on the floor and what have you, and trying to get a penalty in the dying seconds. And you know, I think we're trying to claim a Botman one, which hit his knee and all sorts, and it was never a penalty. But you know, there was a chance. I think Fabian Schär messed up, and it's rare that Fabian Schär messes up. I think Nick Pope had to come out and do a fantastic save with his leg, and his distribution, slowing the game down when he had the ball as well, was really key for Newcastle. And they threw a lot, coming out in with Arsenal to play inverted winger, similar to how we play. Pope was probably going to pick up a lot of the plaudits. A lot of the defenders were. I thought Botman was sensational tonight. I thought Trippier handled their left side Martinelli pretty good as well. Schär was good except from the mistake. Dan Burn had a little bit of indifferent night, but he grew. The midfield were protected. Sean Longstaff didn't see much of the ball, no, but there's a lot of running off the ball. Joelinton, as I say, grinding. Miggy, we didn't see much going forward, but he was working hard. Only in London. That was a wheelchair, I think, with a motor, I think. Anyways, right. Where was that? That's really put me off my train of thought. Right, the performance. We got a point. The fans were celebrating with Eddie Howe and the players as they came over right at the very end. And it's a fantastic point, considering, you know, we've done all the videos outside St James's Park. against Leeds, and we were very, very deflated. Yes, the negative people will say that Newcastle haven't scored 2 games running. I get that. ASM starts. You should have started ASM. But defensively, Joelinton was brilliant. So I can understand both sides of the argument, but this is a point. It's a positive tonight, and there's been lots of positives tonight. I'm not going to say it's a game that were you there kind of moment. It wasn't. It's a grinding out result against a team who potentially could go on and win the title. It's a point gained in my eyes, and the league has to look at Newcastle and think, Christ, they've just got an Arsenal, got a point. We've only been beaten once all season, and even the friendly games when the World Cup was on, we still didn't get beat. We won those. So we're on a great run of form. Obviously, we'll hear from Eddie Howe very, very soon. No, actually, do you know what? Let's get Eddie Howe on.
I think Arsenal are very, very good. They pose you different problems. They really stretch you. And we knew defensively we needed to be rock solid. I don't think there was any period in the game where we were totally okay. It was real work all through the game. We did have our moments. I don't think we were great with the ball today, but we did have our moments. And we could have potentially nicked it on the counter-attack or from a set play.
So that was Eddie Howe's thoughts on the game. Got a point gained. We'll take a look at the league table very shortly, but as I mentioned, a few of the performances just before, we heard from Eddie Howe there. But look, Arsenal from their side are going to say that's 2 points dropped. They'll keep an eye on Manchester City because it's opened the door a little bit. If they win their 2 games, you know, it closes the gap down to 4 points, I think, off the top of your head. Let's actually take a look actually at the league table. Let's do it. I was going to talk about the Sheffield Wednesday game, but the league table, as you can see there now, obviously this is before, and I must stress this is before Wednesday's games. Of course, Manchester United are on a good run of form. We could drop a place, but forget about that. This is about tonight. This is now. This is a point gained. It's a positive. And Newcastle, as the games go on, you know, at the start of the season, I was saying top 10. Yeah, top 10, comfortable. Take that. Then, you know, 10 games into the season, I'm thinking, you know what, we can get Europa League or Conference. But we're coming here and we're mixing it with the big boys, top of the league, and why can't we go and get a Champions League place? Look, I'm not saying that we are in the mix. No, actually, I think we are. Do you know what? I'm going to change my opinion. I'm going to change my opinion tonight. Carl Hall, I'm with you. I'm with you now, Carl. I think the Champions League place has got to be up for grabs. I've been sitting on the fence thinking, I don't know, Europa League, and halfway in between Champions League and Europa League. Fuck it. I reckon we can go and we're in the mix. Do you know what? If we don't get it and we fall into the Europa League and Europa Conference, we'll qualify for Europe. When was the last time we did that? Way back when Pardew was in charge. Of course, we can dream. January transfer window's open. If you're as sick as transfer rumours as what I am, welcome to my world. Drop me a comment if you're sick of the rumours. I want to know also about tonight. I want to know what your thoughts are about the game in general. Are you more positive? Can we get a Champions League place? In fact, that's what I want all of you to actually comment on tonight. In the comments below, yes, Champions League, no Champions League. Just put that in. I'll reply to you probably tomorrow because I'll be driving back up. I'm staying in a hotel, which you would have seen on the vlog. But Sheffield Wednesday is on the horizon. And by the way, if you haven't dropped a like on the video, however, it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm standing inside the hotel. Not the hotel. I've got the hotel on the brain. Outside the Emirates thinking I've got to get back to the hotel somehow. So drop us a like, please do. And Sheffield Wednesday, right. So I think there will be a lot of rotation going on for Sheffield Wednesday. And you might see, I think Martin Dubravka's on the team bus as well tonight. You might see him even playing goal. All the subs bench will probably start as well. Good to get Alan saint-maximin fitness because I think he needs to start showing form and make that left wing position his own. But from the Emirates, it has finished. Arsenal 0. A very much improving Newcastle United side 0. Drop us a like, everybody. This has been The Last Word. That is the wrap up from all the videos here at the Emirates. See you later.